Hello? Okay, I think it's working. Since the last stream, I've like completely torn apart my setup and like rebuilt it, so I'm hoping everything works the same as it did before, but it might be a little hairy. Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay, that's not correct. Uh-oh. Hold on. You guys can hear me, right? And yes, I am late. I am very, very sorry. I sincerely apologize. It's showing my icon lighting up, but that's just like my Discord overlay. That's not my, It should be reacting my mic, but I'm not sure it is. Okay, oops. I should be back now, but the stream delay is probably gonna take a second. I just accidentally bumped into my phone, and I'm using USB tethering to, like, have internet, because my wireless isn't, like, working correctly. Oh, nice. Shepard might be joining later. Anyways, okay. This was very, very messy, and I didn't really plan for this. It was very, like, impromptu. But at this point, I have a fairly large notes document with all of the stuff that I want to add and just like general concepts and ideas I have for this game. And I kind of want to take some time like really narrowing a lot of it down because it's very, very sloppy with everything that's there. Like there's a lot of just like very convoluted ideas, just like random nonsense, like just strewn about everywhere. So if I can actually like slim that down into an actual like something that could be turned into a document and like sent to a publisher or given to a team, that would be a huge improvement. I think I'm going to be having Shepard join later. I think he's busy right now, but if he does join, he's been helping me out a little bit with the like wider, like big concept stuff with the game. So it would be interesting to have him join to bounce ideas off of, but ultimately I'm trying to bounce ideas off of you, chat. So yeah, that's kind of that's the gist of the stream. I could like play something like a game, but like I'm probably just going to be spending most of the stream in MS Paint. So, you know, that entails what it does. Let me see if I can actually get that open right now while I have it here. Oh, also, if you have any like music recommendations, I can change it, but like I really like the Crossroads theme from Persona 5, so it's just playing right now. You're wanting to make a different game now? Kind of. Okay. Are there copies? Probably. Hold on, let me get this open real quick. Game video. You should be capturing this. Aha! It is here. Why is my cursor doing that? That's annoying. That's very weird. Huh. Okay. Basically, the game that I was working on before, Preserve, is a dinosaur survival game where, you know, you play as a dinosaur. You know, there's humans, and then there's fashions, and there's like it's a whole thing and a thing. That has significantly evolved from the previous stream where I talked about it, and last time I talked about it publicly in general. However, the scope of this project is rather extreme. So, from a development standpoint, it is a little bit unwise to jump straight into it. Meaning, first, I want to make a game or two, then eventually work my way up to Preserve. Because Preserve is going to be a massive project, and it's not thrown away. I still want to go for it. That is the end goal. But right now, I'm mainly focused on this, just the first game, just getting a simple game out there. It is going to be single player, and actually the concept started as a tech demo for this game. This game was going to be a like single player, like I described it as like a Souls-like hunting game, where there are a few like Souls-like themes and mechanics and design. But all of that is implemented into the like format of a just hunting game where you're hunting dinosaurs and surviving in a dinosaur world. And then I realized that the scope had greatly expanded for that as well. So instead we had to take a step back, and then this started as a tech demo where I was just thinking, okay, what is the minimum viable product? What can I just like throw together as like a quick game concept to get all of the fundamentals and mechanics done so that we can work on like actual stuff. And then eventually the scope expanded on this as well, and it kind of turned into its own game. And I'm actually a bit of a fan of where it's going. Like, I'm actually kind of excited for it. But basically it is... Oh shit, I don't know how to describe it, actually. If anything swings by my head, I'll let you know, but it's a little late for me. I don't have much to give on. No, it's all good. It's fine. Saw your convo with Hyper yesterday? Oh, yeah, in Islecord. I really enjoy talking to Hyper. Like, he's really cool. I was talking to him in DMs like a week ago as well, and I was gonna put together like a massive like feedback document for the Isle, and then I realized that like the vast majority of it was just like too extreme to work. And this was after he gave me the warning to like dial a lot of my stuff back. So yeah, that kind of fell through a little bit, unfortunately. But ultimately, yeah, look, we've been talking outside of that. And the conversation yesterday was at least somewhat referring to this mainly, of just like working your way up to like the end goal. But the game I'm working on right now, or the game I have in this little notebook I'm holding in my hand right now, is very similar to Carnivores to a certain extent. I would also say that like narrative-wise, I took a lot of inspiration from how Papers, Please presented their story, and like how they executed on their themes throughout the game, like through the gameplay. And just the general progression of you have your intermediary like hub stuff, and then you go through the actual game, and then all of that is working towards a wider quota or a progression of difficulty to the point where it is just unsustainable, so you need to reach an endpoint before then. That sounded like a bunch of nonsense. Sorry. Yeah, but what I was talking about with Hyper was pretty much referring to that. It's just starting smaller and eventually working my way up. Yeah, Papers, Please is a great game. I really enjoy it. Oh, Shepard's available? Oh, hold on. Oh, what VC should I join? I'll join in here. Yeah. Excuse me. Discord? Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Share that. Okay. Join BC1. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it going?
Oh, I need to mute you in the stream. There we go.
Oh, I should turn your volume up. You're pretty quiet.
Now? Oh.
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright.
At this point, I'm pretty much just going over the like basics of like what the game is, I guess. Uh, and I'm kind of struggling a little bit. I don't really know how to like describe. I described it as like carnivores and papers, please, and I don't think that really sold the image all that well.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really combine those two. Just
Yeah,
in a mental imagery.
they're pretty incompatible ideas.
Not gonna lie, I need to look up what carnivores is. This is actually the phone, like 3 years ago.
Yeah. I remember playing the original, and I'm just kind of aiming for the vibe of progression that was afforded there, with how you built up weapons and all that other nonsense.
Hmm.
Is my stream lagging? That is-
I mean, do you have a quick synopsis of what you'd call it? Of like how you describe the gameplay and
Okay, all right. Here's the pitch. Here, I can do this. I believe in myself.
you go pitch to a producer.
Need to be a smidge louder. How do I make him louder? Oh, I have my Discord audio turned down. Speak now.
Do you have Streamlabs?
Okay, yeah, you're a bit louder now. That's good. Here, I should turn myself up just a tad as well. Okay. To explain the game, basically, you play as a hunter, or rather, a indentured servitude. you play as a slave.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Plot synopsis. There is a massive disease that has wiped out the vast majority of humanity. There are also a suspiciously large number of dinosaurs running around. That's related, I swear.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Said disease is pretty bad, and humanity struggled for a while to come up with a cure. Eventually, a faction of some kind, I haven't really determined the specifics, develops a cure. However, it is only a temporary measure. When they give you the cure, you have a few weeks to live before the disease kicks back into gear. So essentially, it's just a pause button on it. So, in order to continue getting cures and, stave off the infection and not die, you need to work for them. And you need to go out and hunt dinosaurs. Why are you hunting dinosaurs, you may ask? Because that is what keeps the lights on, but that'll be explained later. So, the game is essentially, you have... Here, I have MS Paint, I should use it. So you have your hub area. This is where you start the game, where you do all your stuff. Are going to essentially leave, go out into the world, and go on hunts. And in the hunts, you're going to be doing probably exactly what you would think. Wandering around, looking for a specific creature, hunting it, killing it, yada yada yada. In that process, you are also going to be looting buildings, obtaining like quest items and all that nonsense, and also you're going to be fighting off bandits and human NPCs that are also just out there wandering the wastelands that is, former civilization. Then you take all of that stuff, you then successfully extract back to the hub area, where you then... Is my internet being funny? Because I'm watching the ping on here. Shepard, are you with me?
I'm here.
Were you able to hear the last, minute?
I heard you say, and then you extract twice.
Oh, well... My connection's really bad. Hold on. let me try and see if I can help that a little bit. Output. Let me turn down the bit rate. to, let's say, 40k. There we go. That should hopefully make it a little bit easier to manage, like, performance-wise. My connection, it says my connection's fine, but I don't believe it.
Never believe technology.
Okay. I guess to speed run the explanation I gave before, hub area, go on hunts, loot, do quests, fight bandits, hunt dinosaurs, extract out successfully to get rewards. Then you spend those rewards on new weapons, better, like, bigger creature licenses, and permits to go to, like, harder areas. The actual progression of the game is a bit more long-term. Oh, people are talking in here.
It has much more to do with the entire loop between the end of the story and the beginning of the story.
Yes.
That's where the progression travels across.
So the loop is all contained within save files. That sounds obvious, but I'm getting to something. So within each save file, you are given an eventual quota. Basically, with each hunt takes up a time slot, which eventually marches towards your inevitable death and needing a cure. So basically, you have 2 hunts until you need a new, like, booster shot to stay alive.
Adrenaline, for the sake of
Essentially.
time.
So with that, you are given a quota every other hunt that you need to meet. So you need to get a certain number of marks in order to get your cure to keep moving forward.
Marks being a currency.
Marks being the currency that you get from completing hunts. So think Lethal Company, where the actual quota is going to get exponentially higher, and your restrictions are going to grow and grow to the point where it is just impossible to sustain anymore by your 7th or 8th quota. And then assuming that you have 2, like, basically tutorial hunts, that means that you're going to essentially only have 14 to 16 hunts in order to, like, to beat the game. It was loading. Yeah, I had to reload the stream twice. Oof. It looks...
right now, I believe.
This sucks. It looks stable on my end. Like, I'm looking at it, but...
I have it up. It's working right now.
Okay. That is... This is good news.
It is like 6 seconds delayed from when we actually say.
Oh. That's fine. Yeah, I set the delay to keep up with the bitrate. But, that's kind of the gist of the gameplay. You're going through that loop, and then you only have a certain number of hunts and amount of progression that you can do before you eventually reach a quota, and then you need to start again. The replay value comes in with going on different hunts, having different quests each time, aiming for a different ending on each save file, and building a different kit of weapons and tools to use. Like, for instance, one run you might want to level a specific hunting rifle. On another one you might want to go for, like, an AR or go for a more human-focused route. And, you know, stuff like that. The build variety would come in across save files. It's fine now, that was like 2 minutes ago. But essentially, the stuff that I'm debating with right now is most of the just, like, you could say it's the vibes stuff. Like, for instance, the biggest one I've been debating, well, 2 big things that I've been debating are A, whether I should pursue procedurally generated maps or handcrafted maps for the actual, like, hunts, and also whether or not the game should actually scale in difficulty to get harder over time or get easier over time. I don't mean in terms of quota, because obviously the quota is going to get rougher, but I mean in terms of the actual, like, difficulty of the hunts, whether the game should get harder the more time you put into it. Normal game design...
The more time you put into it, as in, like, more time you put into the entire game, or into a single save file?
Oh, into a single save file.
I would say probably easier, but not substantially it's one of those things where it kind of depends on the quality of that run, right? If you got crap loot, it's gonna be harder. But if you got ridiculous loot, it's gonna be easier.
Yeah.
Should vary very substantially based on the actual run itself.
I more just mean the, like, actual how hard is it to complete your objective. Like, a general game design sentiment is you want to have the game get harder as you go along. But then you have games like,
Right.
I would say Hades or other roguelites